Christmas came early this year.
The moment the entire country has been waiting for after a very close race. NBC News now projects that Joe Biden has won the Keystone State, Pennsylvania, and its 20 electoral votes.
And that means we can now project that former Vice President Joe Biden has been elected President of the United States. He is President-elect Joseph Robinette Biden.
Trump has defeated Biden! The leader has defeated the tweeter! So, after Biden won Pennsylvania and solidified himself as the president-elect on Saturday morning, that night he prepared a speech. And it turned out to be, in my opinion, the greatest speech this man has ever delivered.
My fellow Americans, and the people who brought me to the dance, Delawareans. Work with all my heart, with the confidence of the whole people, to win the confidence of all of you. And for that is what America, I believe, is about. Make the promises of the country real for everybody, no matter their race, their ethnicity, their faith, their identity, or their disability. Folks, America has always been shaped by inflection points, by moments in time where we've made hard decisions about who we are and what we want to be. When I was a kid up in Scranton, he said, "Joey, keep the faith." And our grandmother, when she was alive, she yelled, "No, Joey, spread it. Spread the faith. God love you all. May God bless America, and may God protect our troops." Thank you, thank you, thank you.
On top of all of this, Biden is already putting together a COVID-19 task force. Must be annoying for Trump. He can't disassemble this pandemic response team. On the topic of things that Donald Trump and his racist, misogynistic friends can do nothing about, Kamala Harris, the first black person, the first woman, and the first person of Asian Indian descent to be the Vice President of the United States. All of this is historic. So, obviously, lots and lots of people were looking forward to seeing Kamala Harris speak. And, let's just say, she did not disappoint.
And the world watching, you ushered in a new day for America. The essential work to save lives and beat this epidemic, to rebuild our economy so it works for working people, to root out systemic racism in our justice system and society, to combat the climate crisis, to unite our country and heal the soul of our nation.
Now, the Orange Man, on the other hand, this might come as a surprise to you guys, but how do I put this? He's not happy.
By all indications today, the president wants to keep fighting all the way to the Supreme Court. Here's ABC's Trevor Ault. Tonight, President Trump refusing to admit defeat. Heading to the golf course again today, where supporters this weekend urged him, don't give up. Across the country, pro-Trump protesters gathering at state capitals, echoing the president's baseless claims that the election was stolen. And some top Republicans insisting this isn't over. And other members of the GOP say if the Trump campaign can't make their case, it's time to move on.
If you can't show us, we can't do this. We can't back you blindly without evidence.
It's important for the cause of democracy and freedom that we don't allege fraud and theft and so forth unless there's very clear evidence of that. And at this stage, that evidence hasn't been produced.
Now, this is truly disturbing. President of the United States refusing to accept the terms of a fair and free election. This has never happened before in American history. But man, I can only imagine what's going on in the White House right now.
Sir, it's time to go. Come on. I know you're having fun, but it's time to go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Give the ball to someone else. Give the ball to someone else. Give the ball to someone else. Mr. President, give the ball to someone else. Give it to someone else. Give it to someone. Here.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Good News. In this segment, I will introduce a topic, and our summary correspondent, Nick, will say some BS joke. Skydiver Robin Moore recently jumped out of a plane 13,000 feet above the ground.
Which looks insanely fun, by the way.
After the leap, she said it was a thrilling jump. She's apparently a very experienced skydiver who has done over 800 jumps.
That's more potential funerals than both me and Bobby have in subscribers combined.
On a more touching note, finally, this amputee musician can finally play the drums again with his brand new robotic arm. And now, because of this, he has set the world record for the amount of drums hit in 60 seconds.
Hey, I hurt my arm and I'm a drummer too. I can smash that record.
Nick, Jesus, please stop. After this amputee tragically lost his arm in an electrical accident, he teamed up with engineers to build a whole new robotic arm so that he could still play the drums.
Wait, his arm got burned off? Well, that's the problem.
And that's enough for this week. Thank you so much, Nick, as always. I'll see you next week. So just, guys, before I end today's episode, don't go away yet. Two things. One, I haven't uploaded in a week. Why? Because I've been super busy. So, because I was working on the set of my sister's dance studios, production, right? You guys saw in a video from last week. I was working on their Nutcracker because they're making it a movie this year. They can't do a stage production, obviously, because of COVID. So they're doing a movie. And I, want to get into the film industry, so I worked on that set as a production assistant. I learned so much. Great experience. But it did mean that I had to drop YouTube for that week. I just didn't have any time. I was there from, right at the end of practice, which is at like 4 o'clock, to, 8 o'clock at night, 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. So I had no time to do anything else. And then I had to, throw homework in there. But in saying all of that, daily vlogs are going to be coming back. Daily uploads on the channel are going to be coming back. Still, now that the production's over, because they wrapped on Sunday, I'm going to be going right back into it, just like I was before. And then I also wanted to briefly say, we're going to have on this channel a discussion about where the country is headed, because obviously the country is still very divided. And it will be me, Lucas, and Nick, maybe one more person thrown in there, we don't know. But we'll have the summary crew, but it won't be necessarily a normal episode of the summary. It'll probably be its own little thing. It'll be like a mini podcast. And it won't be like jokes like this. It'll probably be a much more serious tone. But we're discussing like where we think the country is going. And it's just, talking about it. There's no like debate. There's no right or wrong. It's just saying, well, I feel this way about it, But in saying all of that, that will be coming out some point in the next week, 2 weeks. So please stick around for that. Very exciting. But for right now, that's it, guys. So be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already to stay updated with the channel. Have an amazing day whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys in the next one.